Welcome to the second part of our Zero Trust OT Access Service tutorial. My name is Sirko.
And my name is Werner.
This part is focused on the detailed technical configuration of the client-based access. Check out our first video for a general introduction to our Zero Trust OT Access Service. But now let's focus on the configuration and the technical details. Werner, can you please show us what we need to configure in the Zscaler admin portal?
Of course, Sirko. First, we log into the Zscaler admin portal. During this video, we will onboard our Siemens LPE and configure accessible applications. There are two configuration workflows which we will guide you through. The first workflow is used to create a new app connector and a provisioning key, which is required for the installation of the Zscaler app connector on the Siemens LPE. It is started by clicking Add App Connector and consists of 6 steps. The first step is the creation of a new provisioning key. Next, we must choose the type of signing certificate for the app connector, which is a connector certificate. Now, we will create a new app connector group, which will be assigned to the app connector. App connector groups are used to group app connectors based on their location. Once you deploy multiple app connectors in the same factory, you could group them in one app connector group. The app connector group must be named. Also, we need to select the location of the app connector. Zscaler uses the selected location to optimize the connection to the Zscaler Zero Trust Exchange. In the next step, we will choose a name for the provisioning key, which is linked to the app connector. Provisioning keys can be used multiple times. Therefore, we can set the maximum reuse count. Reusing the provisioning key is useful if the device running the app connector needs to be replaced or reset. Step 5 of this workflow is to review all the settings we did and save our new app connector. In the last step, the provisioning key is displayed. We will copy this key as it will be used later to install the app connector on our Siemens LPE. As we just created an app connector, we can now start the second workflow, where we will define which application should be reachable via this app connector. The 6-step workflow is started by pressing Add Application Segment. First, we must choose a name and ensure the application segment is enabled. Then, we must provide the IP addresses of our devices where our applications are running. In our example, this is the IP address of our Simatic S7 PLC. The basic principle of Zero Trust is never trust, always verify. Therefore, we must explicitly enable the ports that are used to access our applications. Here, we choose port 80 for the HTTP communication of the web server and port 102 for the S7 communication using TIA portal. Next, we create a new segment group. Segment groups bundle application segments for later configurations, like access policies. Next, a new server group is created. The app connector groups, which are connecting our applications, are selected. Again, we need to review our settings and save them. After configuring the app connector, which is used to connect the OT applications to the Zero Trust Exchange, and the application segment, which defines the applications, we must configure which user is allowed to access these applications. Therefore, access policies are used. The Edit Policy button links to the corresponding menu. A new access policy is created using the Add Rule button. First, the access policy must be named. By default, everything is blocked. Therefore, we must make sure that Allow Access is selected as action for this rule. We add a new criterion and select Applications. To define which applications should be accessed, we choose the previously created application segment. Another criterion, SAML and SCIM attributes, is added. We select our identity provider and choose SAML attributes. Finally, we select the SAML attribute, set the accepted value, and save our access policy. To install the app connector on the Siemens LPE, we need to open the web-based management. We go to Docker Installation. There, we paste the previously created provisioning key and press the Install Zscaler App Connector button. The installation is confirmed and runs automatically. We downloaded the Docker image upfront to save time. The installation can take some time and depends on your internet connection. After a short time, the app connector is listed as connected in the Zscaler admin portal. We already installed the Zscaler client connector on client side, where we enter our email address. We are redirected to our identity provider, where we can log in with our company credentials. After a successful login, the Zscaler client connector is minimized automatically and runs in the background. We can reopen it to check the status. The secure connection is now established and we can access our PLC's web server via the browser using its private IP address. Also, TIA portal access is working. You can see that the corresponding PLC is found and we can connect to it. That's all. The configuration is finished.
Thank you, Werner, for this vivid demonstration of the client-based access of our Zero Trust OT access service. Don't miss our next tutorial about the easy setup of the clientless access.